PHS Lions, and welcome back to The Roar. I'm Lila.
And I'm Isabella.
Voting for SGA will take place in homeroom on April 28th. Here are this year's candidates.
I'm not here to stand at this podium and promise that I'm going to magically transform this school overnight. I'm here because I want high school to be a fun experience. My name is Higgins Burns, and I'm running for Executive Secretary to make our time here more than just a countdown to the final bell. I have the work ethic this position demands. While the Secretary handles the behind-the-scenes details, I see that as an opportunity that drives our fun, whether it's homecoming, pep rallies, or school events. I want them to be more than just fine. I want them to be things that you actually look back and say, wow, that was a great time. To do that, I have to be a listener first, and I want to be an aid to my peers. That means taking ideas and turning them into reality. I want next year to beat this year, and the only way to do that is to have someone in office who is willing to put in the hours. I'm a leader who isn't afraid to work, and a student who wants the same thing you do. A high school experience worth remembering. My name is Higgins Burns, and if you want a fun year backed by hard work, I'm your candidate. Thank you.
I come to you today as a candidate for your executive president. If I spoke to you a week ago, I probably would have said something different. However, what comes to mind today, after receiving support for myself during a recent hard time, is that in this moment, Prattville High School is at the center of all of our lives. Being there for one another in times of celebration and in times of need is an important source of support for so many, and what makes Prattville High School and its student body stand out. The Student Government Association is at the heart of the support system, and this is why I want to be your next executive president. For 4 years, I have served as either class president or executive officer. I'm experienced in decision making, solely dedicated to SGA, and have proven my support for the student body. I believe an executive president should not only plan student experiences, but should be an active participant of the student body in an executive role. As your next executive president, I am committed to continuing standing alongside you in the crowd, whether that be in student section at Stanley Jensen Stadium or Powell Gymnasium, at fundraising events which greatly impact our classmates during times of need, at community and lower school celebrations that instill the Lions spirit and tradition in all, or many other ways that we, the student body of Prattville High School, can make our mark and secure our meaningful place in the history and future of Prattville High School. And I ask you that you vote for Jeb Roy as your next Prattville High School executive president. Thank you, and always, go Lions.
Hi everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm Abby. Now I know what you're thinking. Campaign season can be a bit dry. So I figured I'd bring something refreshing to the table. Some of you might be aware of my bizarre love for Shirley Temple. It's classic, it's sweet, and it's consistent. And honestly, that's exactly what an executive treasurer should be. But being treasurer isn't just about the sweet stuff, like planning prom or funding pep rallies. It's about the ingredients behind the scenes. It's about spreadsheets, balancing budgets, and making sure every club and sport has the support they need to thrive. You need someone who is organized enough to keep the books straight, but approachable enough to listen to where you want your student funds to go. I'm not just running to hold a title, I'm running to make sure this upcoming year is funded to its full potential. I promise transparency, I promise hard work, and I promise to be the person who actually answers your questions about where our budget is going. I know I'm running against some incredible people, but I'm ready to put the work in to make this year iconic. Let's make 26-27 at Prattville High School the best one yet. Vote Abigail Hirota for Executive Treasurer, because surely you know that Abby's your girlie.
Hey Lions, my name is Emma Kate Prohaska, and I'm running for SGA Executive President and Representative. I'm your current SGA Executive Vice President and have served in SGA for the past 3 years. I'm here to ask you for your vote so that I can continue working alongside all of you to provide an informed and inclusive student body. The role of Executive President is about listening to you, being your voice, and bringing plans to reality. It's a position that requires hard work and collaboration with you, the student body, and SGA members. I bring a strong commitment to communication, and I believe keeping everyone informed and included in campus activities is an important aspect of student involvement. I believe that I'm the best candidate to work for you and provide a fun and engaging campus life, including homecoming, spirit weeks, pep rallies, and more. I would love the opportunity to serve you and to seek out more ways we can serve you. Serving the student body and the school as SGA Executive Vice President has been an incredibly rewarding experience this year. It has given me firsthand insights the commitment, dedication, time, and work ethic that it requires to fulfill such an important role as Executive President. With the help of your vote as your Executive President, I will strive to be an advocate for my peers, a smiling face in the hallway, and a leader who works to leave Prattville High School better than I found it. I'm committed to making a positive impact and ensuring every student feels heard. Roar with pride and vote Emma Kate Prohaska for Executive President. Go Lions!
Good morning, Prattville High School. My name is Katie Cohn, and I'm running for SGA Executive Treasurer. Since 7th grade, I've been actively involved in SGA. I've always had a passion for improving our schools and creating environments in which students feel cared for. When decorating the hallways for homecoming, creating games for pep rallies, or brainstorming Spirit Day themes, it isn't just about fulfilling another tradition or checking another box. It's about creating an experience for all students to enjoy and hopefully improve their high school experience. These 4 years are hard. From feeling overwhelmed due to academic pressure, social challenges, and developmental changes, it is important for my peers to know they are seen, heard, and valued. Since 7th grade, I've changed a lot. However, one thing stayed the same: my standard. Anything worth doing is worth doing with excellence. Holding yourself to a high standard isn't about being perfect, but instead being committed, driven, and diligent, even in hard times. In life, I hold myself to a high standard. I promise to carry over that standard each day and believe that is what our school deserves. Over the past year, we've seen Prattville High School make a name for itself. We've built a strong reputation in both academics and athletics. Now, let's do the same in student life. Set the standard by voting Katie Cohn for Executive Treasurer.
Good morning, PHS. My name is Kendall Bennett, and I am honored to be running unopposed for the position of Executive Vice President of Student Government Association. I've been a part of SGA since 8th grade and have had the privilege of holding the position of Class Vice President for the past several years, which has given me steady experience with organizing events and setting a standard of leadership for my student body. I am excited and prepared to step up and am dedicated to representing myself well as the bridge between school administration and my peers. I will work hard with staff and administration to make the special events that SGA plans a great success. I take the commitment very seriously to listen to my classmates' concerns and opinions, even when they differ from my own, when making big decisions that will impact the school. Be sure to vote me, Kendall Bennett, as your Exec VP in homeroom on April 28th. And as always, go Lions!
Hey everyone, for those who don't know me, my name is Briley Kraft and I'm running for Executive Secretary. I know this position might not sound like the flashiest, but it's actually one of the most important. This role is all about organization, communication, and making sure your ideas don't just get heard, they actually get written down, remembered, and turned into action. I'm someone who pays attention to detail, I stay organized, I meet deadlines, and I follow through. If something matters to you, it matters to me, and I'll make sure it doesn't get overlooked. But more than that, I want to help make our school a place where everyone feels included and represented. Whether it's Spirit Days, events, or new ideas, I'll work hard to make sure your voice is part of the conversation. I'm not running just to have a title. I'm running because I genuinely want to help improve things and to be someone you can count on. So if you want someone responsible, dedicated, and ready to get things done, I'd really appreciate your vote for Executive Secretary. And remember, think highly, vote for Briley. Thank you.
Hey BHS, I'm Matthew, and today we're going to be going around asking our peers how they feel about their exams.
So how do you feel about exams? I feel mixed emotions about them. I don't think I'm going to do too well on my AP Stats exam. Besides that, I'm feeling pretty confident in everything else.
I feel very confident about it.
I feel pretty good. I have pretty good grades right now, so yeah.
I feel good.
So I actually don't have to take any exams.
Really good, actually.
I feel pretty good about my exams. I have pretty good grades so far, so I think I'll do well.
Not really, I haven't been on my stuff this year, so I don't really think I'm.
We don't have to take them because we're such smart cookies.
I think I'm gonna do pretty good. I think they're pretty easy this year, so.
Well, I think I'm pretty prepared for my exams. Maybe not math, but I think I'm pretty prepared.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think you're going to do in your exams?
Like a 10, not gonna lie.
I would say an 8.
Probably like a 8.
Like a 8.5.
I say a good 8.
Probably an 8.
Probably a 3.
Probably about 8.
Probably like a 6 or 7.
What exam do you think you're going to struggle with most?
AP Stats.
Math.
Probably Mr. Coaching.
Reading.
My anatomy. Coach Hughes?
Probably English. Most likely math.
Right, English.
Math.
It seems most of our peers are confident, with a few of them being exempt. That's all I have for you today. And as always, go Lions.
A little while ago, many of us experienced the Let's See Foundation program. The program marks a very special message about the importance of safe driving and emphasizing the use of 43 key seconds.
All right, I'm here with
Mike Lutzenkirchen, Executive Director of the Lutze 43 Foundation.
All right, so what is the importance and the need of your foundation?
You know, the reality is we're going to lose 40,000 lives on our U.S. roadways again this year due to crashes. Crashes are defined as bad decisions or behaviors by the driver or passengers. A passenger, for example, not wearing a seatbelt that gets ejected in a crash and lose their lives. There is no universal symbol in the United States when you look at it that is all-encompassing, that talks about super speeding, not driving after midnight, not being impaired, not being distracted, and so forth. So we created 43 key seconds, put 43 on a key. We put other partners' branding on the other side of the key. And then we created a checklist that says before you start your vehicle, no matter who you are, what your experience is, where you're driving, what you're driving, or when, you ask yourself to have a clear head, clear hands, clear eyes, and then we close it out with click it, as in click it or ticket, the 20-year program.
How do you feel that this foundation is important and the need to why this foundation?
Well, this is extremely important because it's talking about decision making in life to young minds. So our teenagers need conversations and events like this to help remind them to stop and make good decisions and think before they act.
Hello Sports Central fans, welcome to Lions Sports Central, where you give you sports news from our school to the pros. I'm Eli.
And I'm JJ.
This week we have a piece with PRATTVILLE Live's own Will Barrett interviewing Coach Carr and a story about our fieldhouse renovations. We will return next episode with the sports news from our school to the pros.
Well, hello Lion Nation, and welcome into the spring preview for the 2026 PRATTVILLE Lions football season. I'm Will Barrett, joined by our head coach in year 2, Coach Bobby Carr, in the brand new facility that is the Fieldhouse here at PRATTVILLE High School. Coach, thanks for spending some time with us, and what a facility you managed to cobble together here.
Yeah, it's been awesome, man. It's been great. Like I said, the alignment from our board to Dr. Ferris to to Coach Bohr, our staff, just the vision is what pops out at me. And the Bible said, "Where there's no vision, the people perish." Mm-hmm. And we've got great alignment. The vision's where it needs to be. Our kids are super excited. I mean. Yeah. I don't think people realize what we went through last year, not having a field house. Our kids are having to dress outside of the weight room, and just the things that we had to go through, the adversity that we went through, and then to see the reward for this group coming back, man. They're super proud of it. You can tell how nice and spotless it is. It's immaculate. They're taking a lot of pride in this place.
Yeah. You talk about the new stadium that opened last year, Stanley Jensen. The new Stanley Jensen Stadium opened up, and that's fantastic. And what a facility that is. But those kids are only there one night a week. They're here every single day. Yeah. And so this was the other piece that was missing. As far as a program on the rise of what they deserve.
Yeah, like I tell them, this is their home. Let's take care of it, and have a lot of pride in it. And that's what you see, from the meeting rooms to the locker rooms, the new weight equipment, the laundry room. I mean, that's really, really nice as well. So,
people realize what a joy that is to have.
Yeah, no doubt. So, yeah. just got to win now.
You're right.
You know.
Well, speaking of winning, year one of the Bobby Carr era was a wild one. You know, you come into a program that has been rolled up a few times in the previous years, and have to initiate this whole culture shift.
Yeah.
And in year one, we started to see that, and it kind of put a panic into some of these teams that have been walking over us in the last couple of years, and actually upset a couple of them. Talking about Hewitt and Hillcrest on the road in that overtime game last year, and I know you're carrying that momentum into year two. Talk about what we can expect this year.
Yeah, that's the thing that's hard when you're a new coach and you go in, you want to create your standard and the culture that you feel like you need to be successful, and that's the hardest thing to do, is to get that going. And you saw it. We all saw it midway through the season about the Hewitt game, and it was like a different team. Our level of play went up, but it was just our guys finally just buying in and to the things that we have been trying to really work on creating, and again, that we know the expectations at Prattville are really high. Everybody knows that, but our kids, the thing we had to tell them, like, there's a certain standard. If we're ever going to get to the expectations, we got to get to that standard, and we got to, keep that bar raised every single day, and we don't get days off. And so the gratifying thing moving forward, the culture was created, the right standards there for us to be successful next year. And again, I tell the senior class that's graduating this year that, they're the foundation. They created this. They didn't get to experience the locker room their senior year, but they're always going to be remembered. And I told them, like, when this thing's rocking and rolling like we all feel like it will, that group's always going to be looked on, and they can always look back and say, you know what, I built that. I put that foundation there, that what you guys are seeing here. So that's always going to be a special group in my mind.
Now that's all we have for you this week. More sports news coming in the next episode of Lions Sports Central. I'm JJ.
And I'm UI. Go Lions!
That's all we have for this week. Make sure to tune in next week for more news and sports.
I'm Lila.
And I'm Isabella.
And you just watched The Roar.